Welcome. First of all, welcome. This is Unsolicited Perspectives. I'm your host, Bruce Anthony, here to lead the conversation in important events and topics that are shaping today's society. Join the conversation and follow us wherever you get your audio podcasts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch our video podcasts. Rate, review, like, comment, share. Share with your friends, share with your family, hell, even share with your enemies. On today's episode, it's the Sibling Happy Hour. I'm here with my sis, Aundrea. We're going to be talking about what you should do when you approach celebrities in public. We're going to be talking about Diddy, y'all. And we're going to be talking about right pictures on dating sites. And also, let's not forget, I'm going to be addressing the Nickelodeon documentary. But that's enough of the intro. Let's get to the show. What up, sis?
What up, brother?
You've had an interesting day today.
Boy.
I swear, you don't never have nothing simple go on in your life. You always got something crazy going on.
I've said that a camera crew just needs to follow me around and just capture the magic. That is the disaster of my life. So no, so my older dog, Roni, Tenderoni, she's got heartworm, flea tick medication.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little treat. Honestly, it tastes like beef. She loves it.
Mm-hmm.
I give her monthly medication.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see her spit it out.
Okay.
But I did see Roscoe bolt, like it was almost like a smoke outline of him as he ran to get that treat. And I grabbed him as soon as he grabbed it, and I opened his mouth and he had swallowed it whole. And he already is on heartworm preventative. This is a heartworm preventative for a much larger dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the 50 to 100 pound. He's 3 months old and 25 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, my dog's poisoned. So I pick him up, put him in the car, go to the vet. The vet is like, he could have ate a whole box of that and he would have been fine. It's low dose. He's all right. And I was like, okay, cool. Get home. There's dog vomit all over my room. My other dog is sick. Roni's sick. She got an upset stomach, clearly. So it's never just one of them. It's going to be both. And, now I got to take her to the vet. That's another bill.
So now, no, you don't need to take her to a vet. So this, I should have asked you this before you hopped in the car.
Mm-hmm.
I always call first. Hey, this is what happened. I need to come in? And they told you to come in?
Well, it's the person at the desk. If I had talked to the actual vet, she probably would have said, no, it's fine.
See, now you need to have issues. Because did you have to pay for that vet visit today?
I did not. And the reason why is she didn't do an exam on him. She just came in and told me, what did he take? Okay, yeah, that's fine. He'll be all right.
I'm pissed off at the front desk people because they should have talked to the vet and just been like, hey, look, is this okay? So that would have pissed me off first and foremost. But you don't need to take Roni to the vet yet. If she continuously vomits, then you need to take her to the vet.
Yeah,
right now, you just need to put her on that chicken and rice diet.
Yeah. Well, for today, I'm going to let her fast and let her stomach empty out and then just give her some boiled chicken and rice.
Mm-hmm.
And I also switched her treats. So, Roni is a little on the hefty side, okay?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was talking to the vet and I'm like, I give her a cup of food in the morning, a cup in the evening. Why is she so fat? And she's like, well, does she get any snacks? I'm like, yeah, of course she gets treats. Yeah, naturally. And she said, well, what do you give her? I was like, bacon strips, sausages. She said, okay, well, I think we found the culprit. She should be eating carrots and green beans. So I bought a bag of fresh green beans.
Mm-hmm.
Homegirl ain't having it.
No, because you've been feeding her treats. Mm-hmm. So she's not going to eat that now.
Well, somebody does love it. Roscoe loves green beans. He is tearing these green beans up. So I stopped giving him the little cookie treat. His treats are literal little cookies. They're little
Mm-hmm.
biscuit cookie treats.
Mm-hmm.
Because most puppy treats are soft. And so I stopped giving him those, and he just gets the green beans now. And
What about carrots?
I'm gonna try carrots with her because they're sweeter, and she might take to carrots better. So I'm gonna try carrots.
Look, I tried to give Crypto carrots in the last year of his life, and he
Mm-hmm.
was not having it. He's like, no, 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 no. You've been giving me the beef sticks, the sausages, the
Mm-hmm.
milk bones. Don't be giving me this carrot stuff. He was like, you
Right.
don't even eat this. And I was like, you know what, bro? You absolutely right. I won't eat
That's
this.
fair. That's fair. But if I have to make a diet change in this house, everybody does. Everybody. Period.
Okay. That's funny. All right. So we send each other, ladies and gentlemen, we send each other stuff every day, all day long.
Yeah, because
We
we're
have
normal Americans. We send
right.
each other memes and TikToks.
We
Yes.
got multiple conversations going on in DMs and on text message, and they don't match.
No. And they're happening simultaneously.
They're happening simultaneously. And we bombard each other to the point where it's annoying,
Mhm.
but also funny.
Yeah.
So you sent me something and I sent you something. And we're
Mhm.
going to attack the first one in this first segment and the last one in the last segment, because I think the one that you sent me is actually humorous. And this is kind of humorous,
Mhm.
but also kind of important.
Yeah.
So this young lady approached Anthony Mackie. Anthony Mackie is Falcon and the
Mhm.
new Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He also
Yes.
played Pac in the Notorious movie, and he's done some other stuff. He's done
Fantastic actor. I am a fan.
Oh, he was the asshole jerk in $1 Million Baby. that's another situation that he
Sure.
played. So this young lady approaches him in public,
Mhm.
and this is her story about approaching him. Bear with us. It's a little long, but I believe it's worth it.
So I just met Anthony Mackie, and let me just say, rudest human being alive. So I live in New Orleans. I'm here for spring break. Apparently, Anthony Mackie lives here too. I pulled up to a gas station. Here, Anthony Mackie comes in this huge fucking truck, all blacked out, all fucking sleek, windows down. So it's like, also, if you don't want people to come up to you and fucking say how much they appreciate your work, why the fuck are all your windows down and you're blasting music, smoking a fucking cigar? So I park my car, getting ready to pump my gas. I see Anthony Mackie across the fucking lot. I gently walk up to him, being like, oh my God, I'm so sorry to bother. Because I know celebrities are on time. I know celebrities got shit to do. I understand that. So I walk up being very, very, very respectful, very, very, very open-minded, being like, hey, I'm so sorry to bother you. Tell me why Anthony Mackie did this. No. No. To my face. No. And then just went back to what he was doing, having me standing there. I was standing there in front of Anthony Mackie being like, oh, should I leave? Like, should I go? When I tell you, all I wanted to do was walk up to that man. First of all, thank you for his time, for even looking at me, and then saying how much I appreciated his work, and that was it. That was it. I just wanted to be like, hey, Anthony Mackie, like, it's so nice to meet you. Like, I'm so, like, your work is actually phenomenal. I'm so glad I got to meet you. Like, have an amazing day. That was it. That was it. That was all I wanted.
Okay, I think that's enough.
Yeah.
Jay, what do you think about that whole scenario?
I think she's dead ass wrong for posting that.
Yes, I thought the same thing. But tell me
Period.
why you think she's dead ass wrong.
Because it's the entitlement.
Mm-hmm.
She felt entitled to his time and his space. You're not entitled to anyone's time and space.
Mm-mm.
I don't care that they are a celebrity. Just
Mm-hmm.
because everybody knows of them doesn't mean that everybody knows them.
Mm.
And you
Mm-hmm.
gotta read the room. Like, no. If my man said, because I've gone up to a celebrity before
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually with one of my friend's daughters who was a fan of hers and wanted to take a picture with her.
Mm-hmm.
We were at like it was kind of like a Dave and Buster's for kids. It's called
Okay.
Main Event. And she was there with her children. And so I walked up to her with my niece and I said, you know, is it okay if she takes a picture with you? And she said, no, not right now. Not when I'm with my kids. And I said, I respect that. And we walked away. And that's
Mhm.
it. Like, when she's with her family right now, this is her private time. I asked, I was polite about it. She said no. I took that and I didn't go, and I'm not even saying her name right now. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not going to do that. I have approached a lot of celebrities because I walk right up to her, okay, and I was like, hey, you know, I'm a huge fan,
Mhm.
and then I keep it pushing because it's awkward.
Yeah.
It's awkward to have
Mhm.
somebody come up to you and be like, oh my God, I love you so much. And you're just like, okay, I've never seen you before in my entire life.
Or
But
if I
because
did, I
I'm
did
good at,
not notice it.
right, but because I'm good at my job, like, you feel entitled to my time and my space.
Right.
Nah, sis, like, no. That was some entitlement right there. And then to get mad about it and post it on social media, like, my man's didn't cuss you out. He
Mm.
just said no, 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 no. And did it quietly. You don't want to stood there stuck on stupid. That's your fault.
So there's more that goes into the video that I cut off because it was going to go long, and I forgot how much cussing was in it. And I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Normally I give y'all a warning. It was a lot of cussing. I hope no kids was around, but you
We
know
can we
what?
can we can bleep that.
I'm not. It was too many cuss words. I'm not bleeping it. Look, I'm
Nah, I
gonna be
feel
real
you.
honest with y'all.
I feel
This
you.
post production is gonna take me about 2 hours tonight, and I need some sleep. So it's gonna be some cussing in it.
Yeah.
But my thing is that later on in the video, she's like, "Why? I don't understand." How he could have his windows rolled down, blasting music, smoking his cigar, and not want people to come up to him.
Excuse me.
Uh,
It's New Orleans
so
in
it's hot.
spring. He's rolling them windows down.
Plus, he's smoking a cigar.
Plus, he's smoking. He don't want to get smoked out in his own car.
and and I love the fact that she was like, I went up to him, really respectful, going to be like, hey, I'm sorry for bothering you. No, you weren't sorry for bothering him because you
Yeah, you
bothered
are.
him.
Right.
So you weren't sorry, right?
Yes.
And when he was like, no, you didn't respect him enough to just be like, oh, okay, it's no problem. I just wanted to say I was a big fan, but have a great day. Because you
Yeah.
don't know what that person is going through on that particular day. They're
Exactly.
not obligated to be nice to you.
No one is obligated to be nice to you. Literally
Respectful.
no one.
Respectful. You
Yes.
expect people to be respectful.
Yeah, treat me like a human being,
Right.
sure. But again, he didn't call her out her name. All he said was no.
He put his hand up and said no, but still, you don't,
Yeah, like, don't
you,
keep coming,
right,
because all I see is a person I don't know walking up
walking
on
up on
me.
me. And if she had that type of energy that she had in this video,
That hype
walking up,
ass energy,
I'd be
yes.
like, no, 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 shorty.
Before you even get started, baby
let's
girl.
let's let's go ahead and you keep going on
No.
with your day. This ain't the time for me, and that energy that you got bringing towards me right now is a bit much.
Yeah.
So you have a good day.
Yeah.
Have a blessed day. I'm
Yeah.
quick. I'm quick. I'm petty.
Yeah.
I'm petty in my personal life, ladies and gentlemen. I'm petty. I
You
didn't know that I
petty
was
in your
petty.
personal and your public life, but that's
Uh, I'm petty. I'm petty.
yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize I was petty. I found out I was petty when I got into my 40s. I was like, oh, that's petty. You know, one thing I love to do?
What?
When I stop talking to a woman, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
stop talking to a woman, I always text, hey, don't think this is going to work out, blah, 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 blah. Take care and God bless.
Yeah. Mine,
'Cause you-
mine is good luck and God bless.
because I feel like you can't say nothing mean to me or sideways
Yeah.
once I say something like that.
But trust me, that good luck and God bless, it ain't
It's
even passive aggressive. It's aggressive aggressive.
and I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I do it all the
And I
time.
actually got good luck and God bless from our cousin. She was an ex-boyfriend had called her. We were riding in the car, and an ex-boyfriend had called her to tell her some news. I guess he got a new job, and he was thinking, now that he's making more money, she'll see what a catch I am.
Mm-hmm.
And her response was, "Why are you telling me?" Well, I thought you wanted to know. Okay, well, great. Good luck and God bless. And the way she said it and then hung up the phone, I said, "You are a superhero." And I absolutely loved everything about that. And I would hit somebody with a good luck and God bless so
Mm-hmm.
quick. And then you get on that block list.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I go.
And I'm going to tell all the people that are fans of the show out there, because you've had a few instances where people have come up to you and be like, "Oh, I listen to the show all the time." You're like,
Yeah.
"You do?"
Yeah.
And if I would actually go out of the house, I know that I would get approached.
Yeah.
And genuinely, I am known to put myself in uncomfortable situations just to make another person comfortable. I've turned over a whole new leaf in 2024. I've been saying no a lot. People
Mm-hmm.
ask me stuff, and it's a curt no. It is no.
Because no
But
is a complete sentence.
right, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
it
But
is.
I will say, by and large, unless I'm having a bad day, if somebody is a fan of the show because it's still new,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's that aspect of it because it's still new, and they want to come up and meet me. I'm pretty much going to be super gracious because this is new. Now,
Yeah,
10 years down the road,
yeah,
and people are going to come up. Hopefully, people come up to me all the time because the show is super popular and everybody is watching. Yeah, there's going to be times where I'm going to be like, no.
mm-hmm.
No. Yeah, there's going to be times like, and
Yeah,
look, I understand. We appreciate their work. All famous people, entertainers and things of that nature, we appreciate that work, and we want to let them know that we appreciate their work. And but you got to read the room. Jay, I would say that you was wrong approaching that woman with her kids in the little Dave and Buster's. She's literally with her kids.
yeah. And honestly, I wasn't gonna do it, but it was my niece. It was her birthday, and she was a fan, and I was like, okay. I'm bringing another child. It wasn't like me coming up to her by myself when she's with her kids. Like, I'm bringing a child over.
Where her kids scattered and playing, because then that's when you tell your niece to be like, go play with them little kids over there.
Right. No,
And
they were just like running back and forth. Some would stop, get something to eat. She has a
not
lot of children, so
not
it's
back not back and forth, back and forth.
no back and forth.
You said force, back and forth.
FORF, fourth. Back and forth.
That's our country in us.
Yeah.
But yeah, celebrities. I wouldn't want to be them. Actually,
No.
Michael Jackson. You remember when Michael Jackson had them close out a grocery store because his dream was to go grocery shopping because he had never
Mhm.
gone grocery shopping. I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
Like, he's ultra famous, so that's
Yeah.
an extreme. And most of the time, Anthony Mackie's from New Orleans, so he's
Mhm.
probably back home taking care of stuff. And then California, New York, people in Miami, people probably not bothering them, right?
Right.
The most bothersome people that they probably get in those cities is paparazzi, right?
Mhm.
But you go back home,
Yeah.
look, you gonna get it. So
Mhm.
maybe put on a disguise.
I guess, but it's like nobody wants to live like that.
No,
Well,
well,
not
no, it's
not
true.
not when the word no is an option.
The word no is always an option.
Not when the word no is an option. So
Well,
no, I think sis was wrong for that.
mhm.
Yeah, nah.
Well,
But what I heard is this is not like the first time he's like turned people away.
yeah, no, he's turned people away. And he has a history of it. And what
Mhm.
I would say is, just because he's an outgoing actor
Right.
does not mean that he's an extrovert.
Right. Does not mean that this man don't have social anxiety.
Right.
We don't know because you
We
do not know him. And
don't
then
know him.
also you're a stranger walking up to somebody saying, "I'm sorry to bother you." He don't know what you want.
Right.
So the
And your
answer
face
is
probably
just
looks
no.
crazed. You
Yeah.
probably look crazed because you see a person that you really enjoy and you
Yes.
walking up with the crazed face. You don't see what your face look like.
From across the gas station. Remember, she said she's on the other side.
Right.
So she walks all the way over, probably looking crazy. She looked crazed in the video.
She does look crazy in the video.
Okay. So you probably don't know that your face is looking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else is bothering this man. He's just pumping his gas.
Just pumping his gas. That's all they're doing.
And you go walk across the whole parking lot looking crazy. Sorry to bother you. No.
No, you got it. That's it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, this ain't this.
No.
I don't, this energy is too much for me right now.
You're in it.
I'm in a rush. I got to go somewhere. This could turn into a long conversation that I can't get myself out of. And I'm kind of trapped because when you pumping gas, you kind of trapped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I have to stay there until my gas is done pumping. And
Right.
any woman who knows stopping for gas when you by yourself, especially if you stop for gas in the hood, you are getting approached at that pump
Oh, Jesus.
by all manner of riffraff. Okay. And there's
Not
nothing you
riffraff.
can do. And there's nothing you can do. You got to keep pumping the gas. All you can say is no. No. That's all you can say because I'm stuck. I got to stand here.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of no, we said that sometimes you said that no is always an option, but sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's the case in two situations that we're going to address next, in Puffy and this Nickelodeon documentary. Hey there, podcast listeners. It's Bruce Anthony here, and welcome to another episode of Unsolicited Perspectives. Today, I want to talk to you about something that's been on my mind lately, the importance of staying hydrated and taking care of ourselves. Whether it's prioritizing our health and wellness, or gearing up for festival seasons, or just gearing up for whatever season or time of year, there's one brand that's been my go-to for all things hydration, Liquid IV. Speaking of health and wellness, let's dive into how Liquid IV can fuel your well-being. Imagine starting your day off right, feeling refreshed and energized. Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier is the missing piece in your daily routine. With just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than water alone. It's perfect for those early mornings, pre-workout boosts, moments when you're just feeling run down, or even after a late night or long flights. I absolutely love how convenient Liquid IV is. The packaging makes it easy to bring with me wherever I go. And let me tell you, it's become a vital daily part of my routine. The flavors, let me tell you something, they're incredible. From refreshing sea berry and strawberry lemonade to classics like lemon lime and watermelon, there's a flavor for every preference. It's like a burst of hydration with a hint of deliciousness. Picture this. 1 stick of Liquid IV mixed in 16 ounces of water, hydrating you 2 times faster and more efficient than water alone. And with 12 mouth-watering and flavors, you'll never get bored with your hydration routine. Plus, Liquid IV is packed with 5 essential vitamins: B3, B5, B6, B12, and of course, vitamin C. It's also made with premium ingredients, non-GMO, free of gluten, dairy, and soy. This is hydration at its finest. But it doesn't stop there. Liquid IV believes that access to clean and abundant water is the foundation of a healthier world. That's why they partner with leading organizations, finding innovative solutions to help communities protect both their water and their futures. It's incredible to know that Liquid IV has already donated over 39 million servings in 50 plus countries around the world. They truly walk the talk. Get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code UNSOLICITED at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code UNSOLICITED at liquidiv.com. Remember, folks, taking care of ourselves should always be a priority. So why wait? Head over to liquidiv.com, pick your favorite flavors, and experience hydration like never before. Stay refreshed, stay hydrated, and keep rocking those unsolicited perspectives. Well, sis, Puffy in trouble again. Puffy is under federal investigation. Federal agents executed a search warrant at Combs' properties in both Los Angeles and Miami. They've interviewed multiple subjects, and their allegations are they're general, and so we don't know what the specifics are. But there's sex trafficking, sex assault, solicitation, and distribution of illegal narcotics and firearms.
Yeah.
Federal agents executed the warrants at Combs' properties. I've already said that in Los Angeles and Miami. This investigation comes after waves of lawsuits filed against them since November. You had the lawsuit with Cassie, in which the lawsuit alleged that she was trafficked, raped, beaten by Combs for over 10 years. And then you have other lawsuits, multiple lawsuits filed against Combs dating back to the 90s, which he founded the record label Bad Boy Records. These lawsuits accuse him of various misconduct, including sex trafficking, sex abuse, and rape. Of course, Sean, Puffy, P. Daddy Combs has strongly denied all the allegations, and his attorneys have called them baseless, sickening, and they used the term that has become real prevalent. Not fake news. Which term do you think it is? Not fake news, but it's a term that our former president uses all the time.
Oh Lord, not a witch hunt.
Yes,
please.
They've said witch hunt. They've said witch hunt. Technically, he has not been formally charged or accused. These are just allegations, right? But he's under investigation.
Yeah.
So this is what he got going on. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and she was like, "Did you hear Puffy is in like some country where he can't get extradited?" And I was like, "Wait a minute, what? No, that's not true." No. I just found out about this. I just read about this. And I was like, no, I mean, the night it happened, which was Monday night, I was like, the night it happened, they were tracking a plane that was leaving California that was going to go to, I think, somewhere in the Caribbean where there was no extradition. But it was later proven that night that Puffy was in Miami when they were raiding his homes in Los Angeles.
Yes, he was he was in Florida. He wasn't in his Miami home, but he was in Florida.
He was in Florida. And they were like, no, that's not true. And I was like, no, it absolutely is true.
Yeah, read the newspaper.
So my problem is that the way people get their information, people throw out accusations. And this person I was talking about was throwing out these accusations. And I was like, none of this is what he's been accused of. There are rumors that he used to have these freak parties. There are rumors that he's been with underage people, and these allegations were enough and valid enough for the FBI to start an investigation. And let me explain something to y'all people that if y'all don't understand the FBI. If the FBI is investigating you and they raid your home, they pretty much already got the basis of what happened.
Yes.
They're just collecting evidence to shore up their case. Because if they bring you before a judge, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be found guilty. The FBI is very thorough.
Because what you have to understand is these raids require a warrant.
Right.
And a warrant must be signed off on by a judge who hears the case that they have so far and thinks that it would be lawful and prudent to search this person's property. It is incredibly difficult to get a warrant. You have to have a case. Like, you have to have a case.
Right.
And so
nowadays, it was back in the time, the good old boy system, you know.
Well, they just kick the door open.
Back in the day. Yeah, back in the day. But now you need that warrant.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get that warrant. And so if they had enough for a warrant for not one, but 2 of his homes on different coasts.
Right. Like it wasn't
one judge didn't sign off on a warrant for LA and Miami. They don't have jurisdiction over that. I had to get 2 judges to sign off, one in Miami and one in California and LA. So it's like, baby, like they have something on this man. They just need the evidence, like you said.
Well, his handler got caught That is something that happened. His handler
Yes.
got caught in Miami, and it was the first time I've ever heard of pink cocaine.
Yeah, that's new.
Yeah, I never knew about that. For those
You
people that
know,
don't know about that, that's cocaine and ecstasy, which is, as Rick James said, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
right.
Adding ecstasy to it,
It's
you
like,
know,
what?
yeah.
But that's rich people stuff. There are things that we don't know being in certain tax brackets. But I think that's a lot of why, like, first of all, any woman who was of age in the 90s knows that it was a hard time to be a woman because boy, the sexual harassment, assault, like especially of black women, especially of young black women,
Mm-hmm.
especially ones in that world, that entertainment world. I mean, you hear how they used to talk about us in songs, like
I mean,
it's as if these women are not human beings. And
mhm.
so I think a lot of black women my age are hearing this and be like, yeah, I'm not surprised. I remember how it was. I remember how it was. I remember how
Mhm.
y'all used to talk about us, how y'all used to treat us. Um,
But supposedly Puffy didn't stop in the 90s. He's still going.
no, because there's no reason. Think about it this way too. I thought about it. A lot of these, not just rich but wealthy people.
Mhm.
You get to a certain point where you amass a certain amount of wealth and power that you truly believe that you are untouchable, or that anything can be solved with a check. And they thought that they could solve this issue by giving Cassie a check, but
That just
that
opened
just
the
opened the
floodgates.
floodgates.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't even think other people are coming forward for a check. I mean, it might be that, but I also don't think so. I think it's like, wait, somebody actually said something.
Mhm.
Somebody actually publicly said something. Like, we know about the whispers and the rumors and the things like that of how women are treated. I mean, think about um, how all the old rappers, the NWA, those guys, Dre,
Wait a minute.
all
Okay,
these.
Dre, Ice Cube was a good man. Good
Yeah,
man to his woman.
when he is. He's
This
still
is
alive.
I'm saying he was a good man to his
Oh
woman
yeah,
and
yeah,
still
yeah,
is. But I'm talking
yeah.
about you talking about when he's in
But
NWA. That's
yeah,
was.
yeah. I mean,
It
Biggie
was
used to be
yeah, he
rumors
he's
about him beating the hell out of Kim, like,
and Faith.
and
And
Faith.
Faith. Yeah.
Like, I mean, we knew what was happening to these women. We knew what was happening around R. Kelly. Like, we knew.
I don't think time out. I don't think we knew in the
That
moment.
man made a song called "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number," and the rumor about
No.
him
R.
being,
Kelly. R.
yeah,
Kelly, yes, but I'm talking about Biggie putting his hands, like we didn't know that in the moment. We actually didn't know that until it came out in his movies
no, I
and
knew
Kim
it back
talked.
then. I knew
You
it
did
back
not
then.
you did,
I
okay.
did. Because the rumors were out there.
When Get Money came out in 94,
Because
95.
it's not like he was doing it behind closed doors. The crew saw him.
The
People
crew saw
saw
him,
him,
but they wasn't talking. I'm
and
telling you, it
nobody
was
was.
not known.
People were talking.
Well,
There were
I guess
there
you
were
was in
women
the
around, and people
hold
were
on.
talking.
Time out. How was you in the know more than me when I was in high school and you wasn't even in middle school yet?
Man, I was on the block.
Well, no damn block. You was barely
No,
reading Jet magazine.
blogs.
No, no blogs in 95. You was barely reading Jet magazine. You talking
No,
cash-ish right
no,
now.
but I mean, I don't know. It was just like rumors and whispers.
In
Like,
the
it was
2000s,
never.
we knew after Biggie died. We did not know don't when Biggie was alive.
Oh, I'm bad at time. I don't know, but my point is, like, before all this stuff came out, it wasn't like we didn't know how people were being treated.
No, yes, as far as the treatment of women, yes,
And not
yes.
just women, apparently. Not just
Well,
women.
yeah, women and
We
men,
gonna say people because
because
it
as
was
of right now, not the IRS, well, maybe the IRS soon, but the FBI has investigated I've read somewhere 4 Jane Does and 1 John Doe.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some men and there's some stories.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stories of Puffy's abuse of power,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all coming out. We knew that he was kind of a tyrant, but I didn't know that it went to this extent. And we still technically we don't know
The full
everything
extent. Yeah.
because the charges are very. People are going to say, well, it's pretty obvious. I'm like, no, the charges are very general. When you
Yeah.
say sex trafficking can be a variety of different things,
Yes.
right? A lot of people are going to think sex trafficking is like the mules that
Mm-hmm.
will like kidnap women and like force them to have sex, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But
that's one way to sex traffic.
I
Another one
think
is a pimp. A pimp is a
right.
sex trafficker,
Yeah.
right? It could have been a situation where it could have been groupies that he was just like, yo, you're supposed to serve the team.
Yeah.
That's sex trafficking. So there's by the way, all of them
Especially
horrible.
if he flew them out.
Right. First of
If,
all of
if
them horrible. I want to make
yeah.
this clear. All of them horrible. I'm
There's
not
no yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm just saying we don't know exactly what it is.
Mhm.
We know that it's bad. And
Yeah.
we know that he probably did it.
And we know enough from the court documents from Cassie's suit
Mm-hmm.
of just what happened to her, and that was his girlfriend
Right.
for
That
10
was
years.
his boo. That was his boo thing that he carried around and was out here on the streets like, y'all know this is my girl. And
Yeah.
let me let y'all in on a little secret from men from the 80s and 90s. The way we treat our girl, our significant other, is completely different from the way we treat our side piece. I got advice from an older person one time. And I had a girlfriend and I had a side piece. And I was treating them both like kind of like my girlfriend. One went a little bit better. My girlfriend treated a little bit better. But, if I took one out to Ruby Tuesdays, because I was in college,
Mm-hmm.
if I took one out to Ruby Tuesday, I might take the other one out to, no, if I took one to TGI Friday, I might take the other one out to Applebee's, just like
Right.
a little bit less, just a little
Mm-hmm.
bit less, but still nice.
Right.
And this older gentleman, I'm not going to put him out there. I'm not going to put him out there, but he ain't that much older than me. He's only 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you know who you are if you're listening.
Mm-hmm.
This older gentleman put me up to the games. He's like, nah. You're supposed to take your girl to TGI Fridays. You're supposed to take your side piece to McDonald's. Don't ever treat your side piece as good as you treat your girl. So if Puffy is treating his main girl, a guy
Mm-hmm.
that, he's really 70s, 80s, and 90s, but a guy that was
Yeah.
really out there in the 90s was treating his main girl like that, let me tell you, it is 100 times worse what he was treating women that were not his girlfriend.
And men.
And supposedly men.
And I'm gonna say this too. He did not want to enter into the discovery period of the suit, which is why he settled that bad boy a day after she filed it.
Was that a pun? Bad boy.
Oh, okay.
You didn't even mean to do that?
Unintentional.
It was
No,
unintentional.
unintentional.
It was clever
But
though.
but we in the history of my life, I ain't never seen nothing settle the next day.
It wasn't the next day, but it was.
It was the next day.
Are you sure? Because we talked about it on the show.
Yeah, he settled it the next day. It's in a separate lawsuit from November 2023. I'm reading this from NPR. Singer Cassie Ventura, who had signed a 10-album deal with Combs' Bad Boy Entertainment when she was 19, accused Combs of years of sexual misconduct, harassment, sex trafficking, and rape. The suit was settled the day after it was filed.
Wow. Okay.
He did not want to enter that discovery period and have evidence entered onto record.
Well, supposedly there's videotapes. That's the reason why they raided.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly, I read somewhere, this is all supposedly. I'm not like one of those people where I read something somewhere and then I say it's fact.
Yeah.
That I don't know this for a fact, but I did read this somewhere. is that he had cameras in his residence all over the place that were
Oh,
constantly filming. So there are celebrities out there who are in his home that there's videotape on.
mm-hmm.
And that means there's videotapes on these freak parties that he used to have.
For sure.
No, he was down. No, he went to Howard.
He went to Howard, correct?
But he probably went to Freaknik. That's another documentary we'll talk about at another time because I just watched the Freaknik documentary. But there's people that had them sex parties. So
which again, like, here's the thing: if it's a bunch of consenting adults,
right,
do your thing.
Do your thing.
Do you? When you are using your power, influence, and money to coerce people into doing things they would not do ordinarily and that they don't want to do, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll see what happens to Puffy, P. Diddy.
And I'm going to be honest, he's Sean Combs to me for now. I'm not, a nickname is a sign of affection, and I'm not down with it. He's Sean.
So a good friend of mine came to me and we were talking about Puffy, and he was like, I can't take it. I can't take it. You're not going to take my 90s. You're not going to take my 90s music away from me. He was like, look, R. Kelly, cool. I could do away with that, but you're not going to take everything that he's been a part of. And I was like, yes, he's actually been a part of so much iconic music.
And the reason why this is not going to be the end of people coming forward about these guys. The reason why they were able to do this for so long is because we loved the product of their work. And as long as they kept giving us bops, we were willing to ignore the fact that the lyrics to their song, the stuff they're saying, is bordering dangerously on sexual assault. Or the stuff that they're rapping about is bordering dangerously on pedophilia. Like, we were willing to still dance to Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. Where this grown man is singing with this 15-year-old where the rumor was that they were married.
And they were.
Like, that, the fact that we were willing to be complicit in it is, I think, really what's killing people the most.
You ain't lying.
Not that, I can't listen to the music anymore. Because honestly, when the last time I put on something by Sean Combs, it's been a minute.
I listen to Biggie at least once a week.
And that man was a domestic abuser.
Yeah, well, look,
maybe more. We don't know.
I'm about to just start separating the art from the artist because he ain't making no more money off of it. So
the money is going to his family. So
Puffy, it's not like these people make money off of streams off of Apple Music, which is what I have. They don't make money off of that. I mean, they do, but it's not real money. They're not making real money. So that's how I'm gonna deal with it. It's just say, I can go ahead and do this.
But I mean, that's going to be everybody's individual journey. Like, I personally don't separate it when this stuff comes to light and it is confirmed and you are found guilty by a jury of your peers. That's it. You done. In my book, you done. It's a wrap. I don't need to watch The Cosby Show again. I wasn't a huge fan of R. Kelly to begin with. He made some bops, but I can live without it. Like, I'm not gonna die if I don't listen to him anymore.
All right, what if Martin Lawrence? What if something came out with Martin Lawrence and you can never watch another Martin episode?
It doesn't matter. Okay. Like, there has to be a line for me of like, okay, what's the line where I say I can no longer participate in the promotion of a person that I wouldn't go within 100 feet of.
Okay. Hey, look, I've talked about it several times in this podcast. That's an individual journey for every person,
Mhm.
and the bar is going to be moved based on how you feel about their work. That's
Right.
just true. If it came out that Prince did something similar to Puffy, you're not going to stop listening to
Yes,
Prince.
I am.
Okay, well,
Yes,
all
I
right.
am. That's the line. You can't, no. I
Okay,
can't say that I care about women. Or
that's true.
honestly, I can't say that I care about people and their bodily autonomy and their right to say no to things and have that no respected and still continue to put money in the pockets of somebody or their estate.
You're right. I'm not going to argue
I
with you
can't
about it.
do
You're right.
both. Like I can't do both. But that's me. That's not going to be everybody.
Well,
Some
there's a
people can separate the art from the artist. Like I mean, you could take somebody like Mahatma Gandhi, who I was he racist or anti-Semitic? I can't remember what it was, but
you really all right. You reckless speculating right now.
no,
Before you start,
it was one of the things.
those are
Well,
two.
okay, let's take Dr. King,
Oh
who
Lord! Apparently,
allegedly
allegedly, apparently, allegedly,
was not faithful to
there's
his
tapes.
wife.
There's tapes.
Oh, there's tapes. Oh,
There's
damn.
tapes.
The FBI got
There's
the tapes.
they got the tapes.
That's not
They gave
alleged.
credit. They gave credit to the tapes.
That's not alleged.
No, it's not alleged.
Damn. I'm
Martin was
sorry.
a hoe.
Sorry, Dr. King. But listen, there's some people that are probably like can't rock with him because that might be their line,
Yeah.
right? And then there are some people like, no, we have to divorce who he was in private from his public political image and the
Mm-hmm.
things that stood for, the symbol of who he was. Like we have to separate that. So it's going to be personal for everybody. I
It's
can't
personal.
get on here and say y'all can't listen to this person. Y'all can't support this person. Y'all can't do this that. That's between you and whoever guides your spirit. Like that's between y'all. Like that ain't got nothing to do.
Guides
Yeah.
your spirit.
Yeah, that ain't nothing to do. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Well, there's a whole generation of people that are going to have that same conversation when it comes to what they grew up with Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
Because speaking of pedophilia, I hate saying that word.
it's a
Um,
gross word.
yeah,
Yes.
it really is. I hate saying that word. Quiet on the Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, a 4-part documentary TV series that dives into the behind the scenes world of children's television, particularly those shows of Daniel Schneider's tenure as a producer on Nickelodeon. It premiered March 17th and 18th of this year on Investigation Discovery. It exposes the climate that was extremely toxic under
Mhm.
Snyder's tenure,
To
uh,
say the
and
least, it was
and
abusive.
and the golden years of Nickelodeon's, the 1990s and early 2000s.
Again, the
Uh,
90s was just a rough time.
It was a rough time. Look, don't get me started on watching USA Up All Night and all those sex movies that was on
Mhm.
Bikini Summer 2,
It was the
Bikini Summer
decade of
3,
softcore porn for sure.
Bikini
Mm.
Car Wash Company 2, Bikini Drive-In,
Mm.
Bikini Bistro. Let me tell you
Mm-mm.
something. Before people had
Boy,
Pornhub,
oh boy. You
USA
know
Up All Night.
names. That and BET Uncut. That
Ooh,
was,
Uncut came later, but yeah, same thing.
yeah.
By that time, porn was out. But anyway, what are the allegations from this documentary, The Dark Side of Kids TV? Quiet on the Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV. One of them was inappropriate jokes. Snyder habitually included child actors in sexual sketches. Um,
Kinda.
well, one sketch featured a superhero shooting snot in a move described as a cum shot joke for children. Um, there's a lot of inappropriate scenes. Now, I wasn't watching Nickelodeon at the time because I was like a young adult. I was
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
high teenager, literally and figuratively, a high teenager. So I wasn't watching Nickelodeon.
Mhm.
There was also a lot of racial discomfort, a lot of of the black actors and actresses that was on Nickelodeon recounts racial discomfort experiences. Like for one instance, one young black boy was cast as a Girl Scout cookie dealer that was reminiscent to a drug dealer type
Mhm.
scenario. The working conditions were really bad. The cast members described difficult working conditions, unsafe sketches, and long work days that allegedly violated child labor laws. And let's not even, that's before we even get into the actual pedophilia. So actor Drake Bell
Mhm.
revealed in the third episode that he was sexually abused by a former Nickelodeon dialogue coach, Brian Peck. Peck was later arrested in 2003 for sexual abuse charges. There was also a production assistant named Jason Michael Hadley, who was described as a full-blown pedophile who sent sexually explicit photographs to some of the former child actresses.
And the
Now,
thing is, it's self-described.
yeah, self-described.
Like
So you didn't get a chance to watch this, but as I'm watching this,
now I wouldn't say I didn't get a chance.
you didn't.
I chose not to. Yes.
Okay. I watched it because it's different. It's different when I read things than when I see them. I'm a visual learner, right?
Mhm.
So it's similar to the R. Kelly situation. Like I knew about it. I had read a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
but it was different when you hear the victims recount,
Mhm.
recant
Recount.
recount their
Yeah.
experiences.
Yeah.
Daniel Schneider came back and he said he apologized for some of the things that he did. There was a lot of instances during this documentary where he's asking employees to give him massages. Now, this is the point I want to make because I had an argument with somebody today that accused Daniel Schneider of being a pedophile. There is no instances in any of these documentaries, nor are there accusations that he was a pedophile. He was a 100% asshole.
Yes.
He was kind of a dictator on the set. He was verbally abusive to his coworkers and to some of the cast. He inappropriate sketches. His response was, "This was an eye-opening experience. I didn't realize." He's basically saying, "I didn't realize I was that bad." And also with some of these sketches, just realized that I didn't have final say. Like these sketches had to go through different levels to get approved to get on TV. And he's actually right about that.
Yeah.
He is right. So that doesn't excuse him for
No.
writing these sexually explicit scenes with preteens and some teenagers that if you go back and you see these scenes as adults, it's like, yo, I've experienced sex. I know exactly what that is, right? That means that there were so many people that were inappropriate
Yes.
on multiple levels throughout this entire studio.
And that's not unbelievable.
No, it
Because
isn't.
we see, I think there was a fashion campaign. I can't remember which line it was, but they like had little black kids in like monkey t-shirts or something like that, and it was on their
Mm.
website, and it was just like, people, it was the backlash, and people had them take it down. Or they had like these t-shirts that looked like reminiscent of blackface, like they were black shirts with big red lips on them or something like that. I mean, and that goes through, again, just like this, dozens of people.
You
And
mean like this new Good Times cartoon that's coming out? Have you seen the previews for that? You
No.
don't want to. They're
Oh,
coming out with a new Good Times cartoon.
there's no need.
Good. No, it is some coonery, buffoonery, minstrel,
Mm-mm.
all types of stuff going on there. It is disgusting. But continue on with what you were saying.
Mm. I forgot what I was talking about now.
You're talking about how all these things have to go through levels.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is there are not enough diverse people and voices in the decision maker rooms
Yeah.
to stop everyone and say, hey, this is offensive deeply.
Well, on the Amanda Bynes, on the Amanda show, and if anybody that's our age grew up during that time, Amanda Bynes was a star. She started out on All That and then got her own show, The Amanda Show. She was a household name and perhaps the biggest star, child star, to come out of Nickelodeon. Because you want to talk about Kenan and Kel, they were great as a pair. Amanda literally had her own show. And
not
then
only that, she had her show and she was still on All That.
and then started doing movies. Like she was huge and people
starring.
And Daniel Schneider kind of like hitched his
wagon to her train. Yeah.
Thank you. Which makes sense. If you're going to be a producer and you've made some hit shows and you see this star, hell, Quincy Jones did it with Michael Jackson, right? Mm-hmm. You attach yourself to this incredible star and you ride it because you know it's going to take you somewhere. But they were really, really close. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it seemed inappropriate close.
Yes.
And to me, I don't feel comfortable. A neighbor of mine asked me to babysit their younger son. The younger son is 8 years old. I met their son. The son is great. And I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a grown ass man. I don't babysit kids. Like it's kind of weird. I think that you can get somebody.
It shouldn't be. I think it's
kind of weird.
I don't know that,
that's
it kind of says
it's not family.
But it says something, I think, about our society that our immediate thought is to sexualize that interaction.
Well, I just no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Right. So like I said, Daniel Schneider said that this documentary gave him a little bit of soul searching, and that, hey, if they feel like they need to edit it, they should edit it. And that he's sorry that he made people uncomfortable with the massage request, and that he was a little bit of a jerk, and he apologized about that. Mm-hmm. I don't, in these type of situations, is a person really sorry, or are they just not? But I applaud Josh Beck. That's his name, right? Josh Beck?
Drake Bell.
Who is Josh Beck?
I don't, you mixed
Brian
up.
Peck. Yeah, Brian Peck. Okay, that's what I did.
The show was Drake and Josh.
Look, I done messed up everything. I didn't watch the shows. But anyway, I applaud Drake Bell for coming forward, because sexual assault is not easy for anybody, any gender. It's not easy. But there's something about the masculinity of males that when they're sexually assaulted,
there is almost an imperative that they remain silent.
Yeah.
And it is incredibly unfortunate.
It is. And that's society. That's society doing that.
And I think it makes me think about, what's become of Amanda Bynes. And not enough people really scrutinizing her issues with mental health and substance abuse and things like that, and thinking, what happened to that child during that time that she's clearly dealing with trauma?
Mm-hmm. Well, so here's the thing. A lot of these child actors, unless they come from a family of actors, nobody knows how to handle that.
No.
And nobody knows what the parents' intentions are.
Right.
A lot of times, and I see this with my friends that have kids, their kids are doing something that mimic what the parents did, and they're living vicariously through their kids. And they not stop being a parent, but you can see in some instances, in generalities in life, where a parent will stop being a parent. Mm-hmm. And with the Brian Peck and the Drake Bell situation, Drake Bell's dad was like, yo, I don't feel good about this Brian Peck. Stay away from him. And Brian Peck created a wedge between his father and Drake Bell. And then goes into the family dynamic where Drake Bell's parents had a nasty divorce. So they're not together. So Brian Peck went to the mom and the Drake Bell said, your dad is stealing money. And they cut him out. Yeah. And the dad was like, I don't want to leave my son, but I understand that this is what you want to do, so I'm gonna allow you to do that. But they said keep that man away from Brian, keep him away from Brian Peck, and Brian Peck still put his hooks in him,
Yeah.
and come to find out at the end of the documentary, Brian Peck is out of jail and working on lots with kids again because he
And
only
you
got
just
6 years.
and you just think
And he only got
this
6
is
years.
this culture that we live in
Mm-hmm.
of abuse permeates the way that it does because there are so many people in exchange for money,
Mm-hmm.
fame, and power that are willing to turn a blind eye. Not even that, sometimes be actively complicit.
So, Jay, we have a situation of something that you sent me that is near and dear to my heart personally,
Okay.
because I haven't been on a dating site in, I want to say, almost 3 years.
I have
I
not
refuse.
in probably 10.
Yeah, I refuse to use them. I did 4 years of being on dating. I actually did longer than that on dating sites, and I'm done.
Because y'all
I'm
are
done.
weird.
Y'all are also weird people.
No. I'm saying y'all, all y'all, like not men.
Oh,
I'm
okay, you're
talking
talking about
about y'all.
I thought you were talking to me
Y'all
directly,
on
talking about
no.
the XY
Y'all
chromosome.
on them dating sites. So y'all are weird.
I think people by and large have their own uniqueness.
All right.
And that's what I'm going to say. So
Yeah,
you sent me
deeply
a video.
troubled.
You sent me a video of this young lady talking about her date from a dating site.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to play it for you guys, and then we're going to talk about it.
Guys, I just finished my date, and I am so embarrassed. I'm not gonna cry in here. I'm not gonna cry. I'm sorry, guys. I just had to clean myself up a little bit. Came. He came, and so the whole thing is we went to this restaurant he wanted to go to, and it was a little too expensive, but I don't know. I asked my sister for money, so we went. I had this dress on, and I changed because I had this dress on and everything. And I had my hair out. Like, guys, I cut it, but it wasn't like this. I had it parted a little bit. And so I went in, and he was like looking around like, oh, like he was looking for somebody else. And I was like, okay. I'm like, hey, I'm Tia. And then he was like, Tia? Oh, yeah, it's for me, from BLK. And then he was like looking confused, and he told me to sit down. So I sat down. I smiled, and he didn't smile back at me. And then he was like, I don't look like my pictures. I do look at my pictures. I don't Photoshop anything. I tell everything how it is. I'm going to insert at the end of the video the picture I put in. And he was like, just being so quiet through the meal and all that. He didn't even want to pay. I said, hey, I didn't bring my money with me. And then he eventually paid. And then now he sent me a request to pay for the food. And that's not, I just don't understand. Why are men like this? Men are evil.
Okay, so context, ladies and gentlemen. She posted pictures of what she posted on her dating site.
Yes, I sent you. You might not have had a chance to look at it, but she actually posted her BLK site and all of the pictures that are on there.
I did see that. I did see that in the video that I sent you. So she has pictures on her site, and then she showed the picture of what she looked like that night.
Yeah.
And I immediately started hollering because she did not look like the same person.
No.
Those pictures on the dating site, she's not my type, but those pictures on the dating site were
very nice. She
very nice pictures.
Very cute.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the picture that she sent that she sent out from the night of the date, I was like, who is this? Because that is not the same person in this profile.
No.
So that's the context. But she's blaming
the pictures. She definitely had filters.
Okay, because I don't
Um,
know these things because I'm not
they were
photogenic.
filtered, and they were not recent because she is a bit heavier than she was in the photo. So another video that she has, she still contends that she looks just like she does in her
And she
photos.
doesn't. She doesn't look anything like it.
Her thing is she wrote in her bio on her BLK site, "I'm a chubby black girl." That's what
Mm-hmm.
she wrote.
Mm-hmm.
But and this is coming from a chubby girl, sis, so I get you.
Well, not really all that chubby anymore. By the
Well,
way, ladies and gentlemen, my sister is losing that weight, but that's another story for another day.
still, okay. Um the chubby you were in the pictures is not the same chubby that you are now.
No.
It's
Okay.
not. And what she said was, why would I post the pictures of how I look now when I don't feel confident? I
Oh, I
posted
didn't.
those
Okay.
pictures because I was confident in those pictures. Yes, but you don't look like that.
You don't look like that. Mm-mm. That's false advertisement.
Yeah, you don't look like that. And I wouldn't say you catfish because those are your pictures,
It's a
but
version of catfish.
it's filter fish. Okay.
That's
You have wigs on or your hair done differently in those pictures, and you came with your hair half done to the date.
right.
Okay.
It was half done. That's
Y-
another thing, right? So
Yes.
not only does she not look like the person that she has in the profile.
You put no effort into here's the thing. I'm not on these dating sites, but when I was,
Mm-hmm.
there's some things that I noticed and some
Mm-hmm.
rules that I came up with. The pictures you post need to be from the same year.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. They can't be you from college. Like they can't be you that one New Year's Eve where you were just popping that night. Like they
Mm-hmm.
can't be from that. They have
Right.
to be from this year.
Mm-hmm.
Things I notice some women do. Y'all like to post group photos.
Mm.
And we all know who are you? Which one are
Right.
you in the photo?
And
Don't.
I remember a couple of times
Yeah.
that women, was like you get to the little interest thing or whatever, and you're like, okay, let me click on her profile, and it's a bunch of not even one single picture of themselves,
Mhm.
all group pictures, and I'm like, I don't know who you are. Who are you? Which one
Yeah.
are you? Because
Yeah.
you're not even pointing out who you are in this group picture.
Right.
I
And it's
see a couple of
always
your friends,
a group picture of your most attractive friends.
and I'm
Yes.
like, I would like to go out with all of your friends. Which one are
Yeah.
you?
If you are chubby, put them full bodies on there. Like you
Women
gotta let
love taking
people
them pictures of
know
angles.
they love because I'm a culprit of that of this medium shot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm a culprit of that too because my face card don't decline. So that I like to highlight my feature. But when I was on data sites, I had full body photos because you need to know what kind
Mm-hmm.
of chubby I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's the kind of chubby that still does yoga and goes to the gym and like
Right.
you just thick.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the chubby that I was, which was no, I eat Doritos on the couch.
And I love Doritos.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um.
I made that sound just because I haven't had a chip all year, and I can finally have some chips on Monday because it's the first, and I promised myself 3 months. Sorry, you
Yeah.
just said Doritos, and it's my
Yeah.
second favorite chip.
You're gonna get some munchies. I know you're gonna get some munchies.
No, I can't because I'm realizing I'm older now. My stomach does not agree with a lot of stuff that I want to eat.
Uh,
The pleasure, the temporary pleasure, is not worth the pain afterwards. But that's a
right.
different story for a different day. I'm gonna tell you. I've told the story, and I'm not going to tell the full story again. Where this woman that I met on a dating site, and I went to go see her, and the very first thing she said to me was, "I hope you like big girls," and I was like, "I don't mind big girls, but that's not what you presented on
Mm-hmm.
this profile.
Right.
You are drastically different."
Mm-hmm.
Like 25, 30 pounds different.
Mm-hmm.
And all her friends were bad. And I
Yeah.
was like, I really wish I had matched with one of your friends up in here. And that was the one that punched me. Not because I said any of those things, though.
Right.
because I said them in my head, but that's what I was
Another thing
thinking.
I noticed, fellas. First of all, fellas, learn how to take a selfie. Stop taking them selfies from below. Nobody wants to look up your nose. But another thing, y'all be hat fishing and sunglass fishing.
Oh yeah.
I got a lot of guys, and they got a hat and sunglasses on because they don't want me to know their hairline's electric sliding away from their eyebrows. And they got two eyes like two broke compasses, one looking east, one looking west.
Oh, no, you can't.
No shade, but be real.
Yeah. No shade, but be real. I like that.
You know,
Yeah.
like no shade, but be honest.
Yeah.
Be honest, because what's going to happen is, like sis, you're going to get embarrassed and you're going to get that Cash App request after the date
She would
to pay
first
back
of
for
all.
the meal.
First
And
of
that's
all.
another thing. Sis,
Yes.
going somewhere with no bread.
No money. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I'm a gentleman, so I'm paying the first date.
But
I
you should never
believe
assume.
You never assume. And I'm going to guarantee you, if the woman doesn't do the pump fake, we will never go on another date. And I've already described on previous shows, but for some people that are just catching up, the pump fake is when the bill comes, women, you pretend like you're going in your bag to take out a card. Now, these new guys out here, they own something different, and maybe they got the right idea, because if you're on these dating sites and you're going on a whole bunch of dates, that becomes really expensive for the male.
Yeah.
But the guy, typically, my generation, I guess, will say, hey, what you doing? Don't disrespect me. This is on me. You know, I invited you out. It's first date or whatever. But you got to pump fake. If you don't pump fake, I'm looking into the camera on this one. If you don't pump fake, I guarantee you, with me, there will not be a second opportunity.
Yeah.
There won't, ever. And I've done it before.
I just never assume. I just never assume. I don't go
no
anywhere with no money. And it's not like she didn't know the restaurant was expensive. She said that.
Yes.
Like you knew.
And guess what? And you got that Cash App request, you better pay it, because I'm going to keep sending it.
Pay it.
I'm going to keep it because you lied to me. You didn't look the way you did. You should have been. Fact of the matter is, let me tell you something. This brother was very respectful because he continued on with the date.
Right.
I have a lemon rule. I get drinks first. I don't even do dinner dates. I get drinks first. Start a tab. First drink. If by that end of the first drink, if there's no match, I say, hey, this has been nice. You take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like we're compatible, because I know immediately if we're going to be compatible. I call it the lemon rule. He continued on with the date and got himself something to eat. Because I personally would have been like, yo, you don't look like your pictures, like at all.
Yeah.
I seen the pictures.
Yes.
And I saw her pictures. You don't look like yourself. You don't look like what you presented. I'm going to go ahead and bounce, because this is never going to be something I'm going to entertain. It's harsh, but it's real.
Yeah. Because, you know, you have the right to be attracted to whatever you're attracted to. My issue was she ain't even try to look like them pictures. Like, if I'm posting my best photos, I know that that's what you think I look like. So that's the person that's going to show up to the date. Do I always look like that? No, I be looking dusty. Okay. It ain't no shame in my game. I be looking dusty, but I'm at home.
Yeah.
I'm chilling, watching cartoons, having a good time.
Eating Doritos on the couch. Living my best chubby life. Okay. Living my best life.
But if I know I'm going out on a date, first of all, you're trying to put your best foot forward. Everybody is.
You're supposed to.
Yeah, you're supposed to be trying to put your best foot forward. And you know that he is expecting a woman that looks like the pictures you posted.
Right.
Sis, you could at least done your hair and put a fresh beat on your face, and beat your face. I'm confused. And then you got the nerve to be upset about it. Like, we can be a lot of things in this world. The thing I wish she would be the most is for real, because that's and there are women in the comments like, you shouldn't feel down on yourself. You're a lovely woman. However, sis, come on. Like,
Right.
that's mostly what the comments are like,
Yeah.
sis, come on. That doesn't look like the same. I thought it was mother and daughter
Mm.
before I realized that those were pictures of her.
I didn't even think they looked similar. I didn't think they were the same person at all.
I saw all the other pictures and I was like,
Okay.
okay, this is clearly older pictures, number one.
Mm.
And you're not that person anymore. It's okay to not be who you once were, to be somebody new, but like, be authentic, be who you are. And if you don't feel confident, get off the apps.
Right.
Now's not the time.
Now's
The time is for you to work on you.
Well, that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah.
Because that's about loneliness.
Yeah.
A lot of people
it's about her own self-esteem.
No, I'm talking about her being on the app right now.
Right.
That's about loneliness. To say, well, I don't feel confident about myself and I'm not going to be on the apps would be saying I'm going to have to be alone right now with myself
Mm-hmm.
and learn to be comfortable with myself,
Mm-hmm.
which means you're alone.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to be alone.
But you're not going to find the person for you if you don't even know who you are.
That's a bar. That's a bar. And on that note, Jay, what do you want to tell the people out here?
I need to apologize to Mahatma Gandhi.
I knew it. I said, I was
No,
reckless right now.
Wait. I looked it up.
Okay.
This is from NPR.
Mm.
There is no way around it.
Mm-hmm.
Gandhi was racist early in his life.
Okay,
says biographer Ramachandra Guha. Gandhi, as a young man, went with the ideas of his culture and of his time. He thought in his 20s that Europeans were the most civilized, Indians were almost civilized, and Africans were uncivilized. So he had some early writings that were racist. He called Black people troublesome, dirty, they live like animals. But, however, he outgrew his racism quite decisively, and for most of his life as a public figure, he was anti-racist, talking for an end to discrimination of all kinds. That doesn't mean that he didn't get some backlash. There was a Gandhi statue at a university campus in Ghana that was removed. And activists there and in Malawi were using hashtag Gandhi must fall because they were angry about his early writings. So he has.
So he was like Malcolm X.
Yes, but I need to give him space to have had that growth and to become actively anti-racist later in his life. So there you go.
I think that's the best transformation when you do a complete 180. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to the phrase I just used. 180. It's not 360.
For the love of God. 360 is a circle, y'all. You just ended up right back where you started.
I don't know. That just really grinds my gears. It really bugs me when people say you did 360. I was like, so I'm the same as what I was? No, you're different. And that's 180. That's 180. I'm halfway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so for him to do a 180, I think that's the better travel when you have this poisonous type of mentality and you come to enlightenment.
That was learned. It wasn't it was coming from him. It was it was learned. That was just the way society was back then. And as a lot of people know, India had or maybe still continues to have the caste system.
They do.
And
Hollywood is based off of the caste system.
Yeah, and a lot of issues with colorism and things like that. So, it was the time and it was, just the way society was. So, but shout out to him for making that 180.
Everybody can make that 180. Maybe even, never mind. I was going to go to some political figures right now, but I'm just not going to do it. On that note, I want to thank everybody for listening and for watching. And until next time, as always, I'll holla. Whew, that was a hell of a show. Thank you for rocking with us here on Unsolicited Perspectives with Bruce Anthony. Now, before you go, don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, comment, and share our podcast wherever you're listening or watching into it. Pass it along to your friends. If you enjoy it, that means the people that you rock with will enjoy it also. So share the wealth, share the knowledge, share the noise. And for all those people that say, well, I don't have a YouTube. If you have a Gmail account, you have a YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can actually watch our video podcast. But the real party is on our Patreon page, After Hours Uncensored and Talking Straight-ish. After Hours Uncensored is another show with my sister. And once again, the key word there is uncensored. Those are exclusively on our Patreon page. Jump onto our website at unsolicitedperspectives.com for all things us. That's where you can get all of our audio, video, our blogs, and even buy our merch. And if you're really feeling genuine and want to help us out, you can donate on our donations page. Donations go strictly to improving our software and hardware so we can keep giving you guys good content that you can clearly listen to and that you can clearly see. So any donation would be appreciated. Most importantly, I want to say thank you for listening and watching and supporting us. And I'll catch you next time. Audi 5000. Peace.